Yes. What's the question? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So the question was about how long should the breathing practices last for? Well, there's a very, very specific prescription for what constitutes a pranayama practice or a breathing practice, and that prescription is the minimum of 24 cycles. So I'll just do that again. So you breathe in through both. This is just one technique. So if you came to me, if I saw you as a client, what I prescribe for you would be completely different what I prescribe for this lady. But this is just a technique that I work with, yeah? In general, yeah, absolutely. So for example, the Anuloma Ujjayi breath, you breathe in through both nostrils, you exhale through the right, you breathe in through both nostrils, you exhale through the left, yeah? Okay, that's one cycle. And you do that 24 times. Yeah, that's a very, very basic breathing practice. That would be something that we'd start with if you had IBS, for example, and then after that, I'd look to extend the length of the exhalation over 36 breaths. Sorry? Yeah, it's very similar for celiac disease, absolutely very, very similar. I've had some great results with celiacs as well, absolutely. But then you have to look at the diet and other things, not just the breathing technique. Oh, you had a question? With triggering the rest and relaxation response, you want to be focusing on extending the length of the exhalation. Yeah? Extending the length of the exhalation. Because what this does, it helps us to sleep at night. It's really, really good for insomniacs as well. And it balances all of the other systems in the body. Yeah? Whereas the other way around, if you were to focus on the inhalation, yeah, that stimulates the flight and fight response. So in the morning, for example, you wake up and you're like me, trying to find the coffee machine. You do rounds of Kapalabhati instead. So for example, a breath that were to trigger your flight and fight response is Kapalabhati, which sounds like this. Okay? So actually, you want to take care with that. You want to make sure that you've got an experienced teacher around you to teach you that breath. So what I don't want you to do now is to go away and do that. Okay? Because that can really raise blood pressure, in fact, immediately. So be careful. But that's like a morning technique. That's what we do in the morning. And that's how we do it. We use the diaphragm as a force pump. We use the diaphragm as a force pump. Hi there. Right. So the question is about nutrition for the gut, and the question is about supplementation for the gut. Well, the gut's a massive area, and one of my protocols, for example, with 12 days, focuses on cleansing the gut or restoring the gut. So it's a kind of a generic prescription, but one of the key things I do is to obviously to cut out gluten. That's the first thing when it comes to healing the gut. Cut out gluten. Because gluten's a poison. In fact, no human being really is supposed to eat gluten. In fact, all human beings are intolerant to gluten. It just depends on the level of your intolerance. And gluten's a poison. So that's the first thing about the gut. That's really, really important. The second thing, if we're looking at the health of the gut, restoring a healthy gut, is to cut out all of your refined processed foods, hydrogenated oils, so all the sugars, for example, a lot of animal protein, probably a good idea to cut down on the animal protein, carbonated drinks. In terms of supplementation, really it depends who you are and what you want to do. If you want to cleanse the gut, well, cleansing, detoxification is technically a different physiological and biological process to just regular digestion. So you want to make sure that when you cleanse the gut, you have a preparation phase. So in other words, for a few days, you want to cut out all of the rubbish in the diet, all the food groups that I just mentioned, and then to gently coax the body into cleansing and detoxification. In terms of supplementation, you want to take things which really help the liver and the kidneys, so things like dandelion root, burdock root, psyllium husk, but a very, very fine grade psyllium husk, to help to quicken transit through the body. Does that answer your question? Okay, good. I think have we got time for another question? No, we don't have time for another question. But I am around, we are around, just over there, stand IZL. If you have any more questions about yoga, pranayama, meditation, where I'm doing my next retreat, that kind of thing, love to see you there. Thanks guys, thank you.